And here we are. Hello. Welcome to I'm Not Trying to Kill You. My name is Ash. I use she her pronouns. I'm your GM and host today. And I have with me 4 lovely adventurers as we go adventuring into the horrible bushland of the Splintering Wheel. I will get them to introduce themselves, and then we can get on with the Dungeon Wally times. Starting with Heather. Hi, Heather.
I've never been first before. This is very strange.
You're
Hi.
the first to log on.
So that's how it's done. Okay, now I know. For future. Anyway, hi. I'm Short Shrub in a bunch of places. I'll be playing Forland, who's a emulator salamander type person, and both they and my pronouns are they, so that is very convenient. Hopefully,
convenience.
I know, right? It's so good. Hopefully they'll not wander into magical fire and just kind of sit there with their thumb up their butt this time. Woo!
Yeah, that was that. I mean, you didn't die, so that was good. Cool. Next up we have Carrie. How are you feeling, Carrie?
I felt better, that's for sure.
Huh?
Yeah, I'm gonna be a little bit croaky voiced today, and using myself to blow my nose a lot because I'm still fairly sick. Yeah, I will be. My pronouns are she and her, and I'll be playing Elsana, the winter mage, who is also she and her pronouns. So yeah, yeah. Hopefully she'll be able to be a bit more useful than she was last session.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll see how that goes.
Yeah, definitely. Next up we have Cammy. Hi, Cammy.
Hello, I'm Kemi. I use she, her pronouns, and I'm going to be playing Henri, the necromancer, who is currently a frog. And she has an assistant that she's cobbled together out of a dead lizard folk, who is also part motorcycle because the motorcycle blew up and embedded itself in the lizard folk, so now that's what she's got.
Yep. All right. Great. It's fine. Awesome. And then finally we have Darren. Hi, Darren. Darren's having some internet troubles today. Oh no. Maybe not. Maybe Darren has disappeared.
Hi, I'm Darren.
Hey. Oh.
I'm Alchemy Inc. on Twitter, and also in chat. My pronouns are he, him. And I'll be playing Bells, who she's a mutant. Unless I was a total robot and nobody got any of that.
We got as far as Bells. It was just really It was just really laggy.
Oh, jeez. Sorry about this, everyone.
It's alright. That happens.
The internet.
I've actually never heard that sort of lag before. It was like it was buffering and then continuing.
Yeah.
You were saying.
Yeah, it's really interesting.
Instead of just skipping or roboting.
Yeah.
Weird. Okay, so I guess you would have missed that Bells is a priest and an exorcist, and she is mute due to the 7 elementals that have burst their way out of her throat.
Yeah. Great.
Yeah. That's about it, though.
All right. That's real pleasant. The whole all right. Well, if we're got a feeling for everyone, I know that some of us were here in the last adventure, so they can't do helping out. But Henri and Bells, do either of you want to do the lending a hand move?
I see that we have a full apothecary. Apothecary.
Yes, we do. I think in the journal document it has notes about what that can do, even. You can buy some things in town now with coin. It's wild. But yes, the apothecary was completed last week. Oh no, week before even, I think.
I'm not sure what to go at then.
Farms would mean that we could buy food. Walls would help protect us from oncoming, like for if the town gets under assault. The roost has nothing on it so far. Carpenter has a couple, or you could start a new one.
If you want to think about it, Cam, I've got something in mind.
Yeah.
Okay. So was it Forlin that brought back all those tools for the farms?
They were for the carpenter.
Okay. Well, I mean, that can still be something.
I think that someone helped out with the farms last time, though, by using their strange weather magics. But then that's right, because it was Snitter, the kobold, who rocked up in town, helped out with the farms, went off on an adventure, and died. And now there's another grave in town.
We miss them very much.
Yep. So I think Bells has been foraging for food while everybody else has been off adventuring, and she has borrowed a big old iron pot, and she has dragged all of her forage and the big old pot out to the fields, and is feeding and organizing the various villagers, sort of a let's get this done, come together community kind of thing.
Awesome, cool. I mean, fortunes is currently at +3, so you got a pretty good chance of making some progress there. Do you wanna roll for farms? Nicely done. Awesome. So yeah, do you know? So yeah, people come and pitch in and try and help out, and yeah, we tick the farms up by 1. People and it's really interesting because Bells is doing all of this community gathering, but not through their own voice and not talking to people, which is cool. You're muted, Darren. Okay.
She's doing a lot of hand signs, but I don't know how many people are getting them.
Yeah. Yep, I love it. Cool. Yeah, cool. We're making good progress on this town.
What is the Roost?
The Roost is a place for storing birds, either for chickens or messenger animals, messenger birds.
Is this something the town wants or something that Ash just wants?
I didn't put it in there. I didn't put it in there. It's not my thing.
Okay.
I mean, to be fair, I do have a vague, scheme to have Fallen just eventually accumulate a small herb of secretary birds, because I think it would be really cool.
Yep.
A swarm of secretary birds?
Yes, even better.
What's the collective noun for secretaries?
A pool, I think.
Yeah.
A pool of secretary birds. That's so good.
So the apothecary lets us get healers, which lets us get surgeons, or do we just need to find a healer?
So you have. Let me look at the thing because it's down the bottom here. Apothecary lets you. So yeah, you can work on healer on. All right, healers. Yeah, you would need to find. You would want to start that clock, and you would want to find some like people who know how to do healing. Though hit points are restored when you return to town anyway, so I'm trying to work out what the mechanical implication of that is.
I thought you could go just from alchemist to surgeon.
Yeah, well, like alchemist means that you can buy healing potions. So that's definitely a thing. Healers can probably deal with like some more big things, but I need to think about what that means.
Would they be able to potentially cure debilities?
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah.
Is the under temple it says requires an oracle and a holy idol? Is holy idol like a town constructed thing, or just
no? It's a thing
holy idol?
It's a thing you will need to find. Right, you'll need to find something out in the wilderness to use as a holy idol to whichever warden or that you're making the temple to, or one to the 7, or an idol to the 7.
I am going to work on the farms because then we've got a source of food, and then we can attract the tortoise man. What was his name? Denold?
Dendron?
Denny? And then we can have an oracle.
Ah, right. I like that plan.
The long game.
Mm-hmm. Sounds good.
Okay, so I will roll a 2d6 plus 3.
Mm-hmm. Oh, fam. Just gonna tick this down for you. Cool. Fortunes goes down to 2. And
I am so sorry.
Can people help with this move?
Yes, they can. Including people who have been out. What does Henri's contribution to farms look like, and then we can work out if anyone else can help with that.
Undead labor.
Yep, that makes sense.
I can see why it was a fail.
Yeah, I like the idea of like them just like, oh, I left a foot in the ground. Huh? Does anyone want to help with that?
I mean,
or does Cammy want the XP?
I didn't realize this was an XP getting roll. For the sake of the town, I would prefer to get things done.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, if anyone wants to help.
I mean, the most that I could think of helping with Fallen is like they would be good at burning crops after like once they've been harvested, then you burn them to get the soil going past them. And I don't know if the farms are at that stage that would be helpful.
You could do little back burns.
Yeah. I mean, you could like burning, like back burning some of the like actual bushland would help. So, do you want to reroll one of those, Cam? Fallen. If this is a 7 to 9, then you will take whatever penalty. Seven to 9.
Yep.
So both get. I would like to take the debility because I want that progress.
Yep. So both of you take a debility and describe what it looks like as you get it.
think the back burning kind of chokes little frog Arnery out, and so she's going to take the Constitution ability, whichever one that's called.
Yep, I think that's Shaky. Because I'm aware that Shaky is the Dex one normally, but it makes more sense to yeah, in our version, Shaky is the con one. Cool. All right. Does anyone
I'm trying
else
to find where the abilities are listed?
Oh, in the document, they are listed under characters, I think. Yeah. Weakened is strength, grumpy is charisma, shaky is con, muddled is int, sluggish is dex, and distracted is whiz.
I am now running on 3 abilities, apparently.
Great. Awesome. Might have to deal with some might have to find an opportunity to camp.
I think I'll go with the Constitution ability.
Sure.
They're like, oh, whoops, did not think that would go so badly.
Yeah, makes sense. Cool.
I might actually switch to the Dexterity one, Sluggish, because a dried out frog doesn't go anywhere, and it seems more appropriate to the fiction than the Constitution one.
Mm-hmm. Sounds good.
Yeah.
Cool. All right. The town is not currently under assault, so we don't have to worry about that. So
I worry every time you say that. I'm like,
the easiest way to get the town to be under assault is to fail rumor checks. But because that means I have to tick a clock forward. But also, like, bringing trouble into town, that definitely also does things. For instance,
you mean like taking a lizard folk prisoner?
Yeah, if you hadn't killed him, I would have ticked the thing forward. But you did murder him, so
yay! I did something good. Well, good for us, not morally good.
I mean, morally good is tricky. But yeah, so that's that thing of, like, in Dungeon World, I have fronts that are like trouble that will get worse over time. Some of those, the end result is bad for the town, so that's where that assault thing comes in. If any characters want to go hunting for rumors, you can make the gather rumors move.
I know, Darren, you're playing bells at this point, but would it be possible for Fallen to ask Ro if they can read their book, or is that something I have to wait until
you can 100% do that?
Played?
You can do that mechanically.
So, Fallen will go ask Ro if they can read their book that had the stuff about wardens in it.
Yeah, I mean, Ro would be totally willing to let Forland read his book. He would actually have to do the reading because it's in a weird language, but yeah, he's keen. I mean, Forland should probably check their pockets after they leave because, yeah.
That's fair. They don't really have much on them, though. Sorry to disappoint.
No delicious eggs?
I mean, I assume the lady that cooked the eggs and the formaldehyde in the first place would probably have some more.
Yeah, I feel like she's probably like. I mean, the thing about those eggs is that they were specifically like because that was what she had at hand at the time. So maybe she's making something else. Who knows?
Those are just the specific poison eggs that she made when we went to try to
Yeah.
run her people out of town. It's fine.
That one. Yep. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I would like to buy some poultices and herbs.
Yes, you can do that. I think they're listed in the things in town, I think.
Yes, they are 10 coin for 2 uses, and I have a lot of coins.
Yeah, go for it.
Searching for rumors. What rumors did we get about the swamp man can't die? That's
He can't
right.
Die.
The
Yeah,
swamp wizard can't die.
according to rumor, at least.
Do we think the tortoise man would like to eat some herbs and poultices?
Who knows?
Or I think I personally would like to go into the swamp and look for the swamp wizard.
Mm-hmm.
I guess we could chase up any. Does that require a rumory roll?
I mean, to just go looking for him in the swamp?
Because I know where he lives.
Yeah. I mean, like, this is the thing, right? Like, if you want more information from the people in town, that's a gather rumors
Okay,
roll.
I'll do that then, because I've got money to throw at them.
Mm-hmm.
So that's 2d6 plus 1 for throwing a coin at people.
And plus your charisma modifier.
So plus nothing.
Oh, buddy.
This is going to be one of those sessions.
Yep. Yeah, it is. So...
What does that even mean?
Weren't you just saying that one of the ways to attract assault on the town is by failing a rumor roll?
Mm-hmm. I think someone who was down in those swamps, I think someone saw someone like similar to the description that you're talking about, that they're like, oh yeah, it was an older guy, dark skin, yeah, kind of weird, but then I think they don't know like much about him, because while they were talking to him, I think a bunch of it's got to be kobolds. I think a bunch of kobolds like chased after him, and I think he fled.
Why'd they do that?
They the person describes the kobolds as being like being very like scared and crazed.
Maybe we should go and talk to his bigness.
I don't know which person you're referring to when you say that, because that could be a bunch of different people.
I'm looking at the notes. The giant eel god.
Oh, the big eel, yeah.
Wait, the one that you tried to eat the brain of?
We don't talk about that. But the ones that we established trade relations with.
Yeah. And then you teleported a bunch of warriors too.
Who did that? No one did that. That just
I mean, I don't think that was Henri.
I don't remember who it was. I thought it was Henri. Yeah, reach out across space and time.
No, that's
that would be
Turi. And
Oh,
Turi.
that's Turi, right? Of course.
I mean, it was still
course.
Cammy, but
It was still Cammy, yeah. The absolute unit. God damn it, Darren. Yeah.
so do we want to go talk to the kobolds then, and then look for the wizard?
Sure, yeah. Except I won't be doing the talking because I'm not good with kobolds. Or anyone.
Bells will
Or
also not be
anyone.
doing the
I'm bad at
talking.
making friends.
Aw.
Yeah, I mean, I don't have a problem with going to talk to kobolds.
Cool. Yeah. Who's leading the party then?
Henri, I guess.
You've
Sounds
been to the
good.
Swamp Wizard before.
I've been to the kobolds before as well.
Yep.
Oh, yeah, there you go.
Seems like you're the best in the best position for it.
Well, let me find the map. We do, in fact, have the kobold village mapped out. So that's 2 progress.
Mm-hmm.
And it says we've got a path cut by Medea and a safe camp, and we have to not touch the bluebells in the river, in the swamp.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, when you lead your party through the wilds with a destination in mind, name what you're looking for, the kobolds.
Yep.
Or the safe camp. We know the safe camp's there first.
Okay.
If you have a map, add your intelligence. If you have...
Is the safe camp? Is the safe camp on the map?
Yes.
Okay, cool.
It was like an old campground.
Yeah.
That
Yep.
grown. So we have folklore. Do we have folklore? Does that count?
You can't have folklore and a map. That's the thing. That's why it says only. But you can have if you've been there before and if everyone is mounted.
Well, Henri's mounted on a lizard folk. What
If
about everyone else?
Everyone is.
Okay.
I think we only have 2 dirt bikes left, so we can't all be mounted at this point.
You can't have 2 people on a dirt bike. I've seen that on my street lots of times.
Depends on the size of them, I think.
Yeah. If one of them's small, it's fine.
How many people could one of Bell's elementals carry?
Does your character sheet that say that the elementals can carry people?
They can have the forceful tag.
So it can throw people really far.
Yeah, that
but
would
it
be
can't-
kind of damaging.
Okay.
Yeah. Cool, but also like, yeah.
So get my intelligence score and we get +1 because we've been there before.
Yep.
Yay!
Yep, cool. So on a 7 to 9, choose one. Make a discovery but no progress. Or make a progress but only if you overcome a danger first.
Progress.
Yeah, cool. Awesome. Give me a second. Da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Oh, interesting. Yeah. So you find as you're like heading towards this camp, and I think it's like at the camp, right? At this safe campsite. The whole area has like a giant murder of crows like nested and sat like all on the branches and things around the campsite. There's several dozen of them here. And yeah, you hear them like murmuring from a distance, and then once they spot you, there's more of a like they start like cawing. What do you do?
Okay. We approach the camp and look at the birds.
Henri is the one leading the charge, leading the way.
I'm gonna leave a nice, healthy amount of space between the person who's being carried by a slightly decayed corpse and myself.
One of the ravens swoops down to try and grab the frog because it looks delicious.
I'm gonna hide in my zombie.
That sounds like defying danger with Constitution.
Okay.
Does that? Well, this is a question. Is it dexterity or Constitution to you?
I was going to say dexterity to get in the frog or in the zombie, or Constitution for the zombie to not fall apart.
That's the question. I think it's actually dexterity, right? Because the zombie is not you.
Yes.
Yeah. All right. Cool.
A success.
I mean, yeah, you can. If you do that, the crows are gonna like attack the zombie, and it's not gonna hold up very long against that.
But it's made of motorcycles.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So yeah, you jump inside and get like protected from the crow, and like yeah, the crow immediately starts like scratching and like and pecking at where you were, and bits of like dead zombie flesh just get like ripped off. And a couple more crows join the fray.
Could Elsana cast freeze to try to coat the crows in ice?
Sounds legit.
Yeah. So if I do that, it'll slow their movements. Would that stop them from being able to maintain flight? You think?
Yeah, I think so.
Yep. All right.
Tell them to cool off.
I mean, you're not going to get all of them, but you can get like the ones that are attacking at least.
Yeah. That those were the ones I was concerned with.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. All right, chill, crows. And that's a 6. No.
Yeah, no. All right. In which case, yeah, you just you freeze the zombie. The zombie falls backwards and smashes into pieces.
Great.
One of the crows start like trying to pick through the pieces, trying to find Henri in amongst the frozen bits of zombie.
I'd like to try activating my burning brand and standing over wherever the
let's roll for your
the frog is.
Yep, let's roll for your burning brand. Yep, so choose one.
I'd like to remove the dangerous tag.
Seems fair. Cool. And then yeah, what are you doing? What are you doing with that? You're like just standing over and protecting?
Yeah, so just like the hands are on fire at the moment, I think.
Sounds like you're defying danger with strength then.
Or is it a defend action?
I think we made it so that defend was just replaced with defying danger on behalf of someone.
Okie doke.
But yeah. Let me have a look. What can I mean, sure, you can take the damage instead of you can take their damage instead of getting attacked by.
I mean, it's better than Henri getting eaten.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Would you like help with that? You rolled a 1 on one of those dice.
Oh. I mean, I certainly wouldn't say no.
Yeah, so I think Bells has her staff and is shaking it near Forland, so to make like, a jangly, scary noise that might scare off crows.
Mm-hmm. Sounds good to me. So, do you want to re-roll one of those dice, Heather? That brings us up to a 9. So, yeah, no, not quite. So, yeah, both of you are going to take damage from...
I'm sorry.
This is the dice. That's what happens.
It was worth a shot.
Yeah, definitely. Let me just quickly do this. They attack in a horde. They are tiny. They are very squishy. Okay, so it's a d6 minus 2 that you're both taking, and then oh wait, I have to work out the math for. Let me just see how many crows are actually in this fight.
27.
Not many. So it's a d6. It's a d6 minus 1. The others are gonna fuck off. So nicely done. Everyone's rolling nice low damage.
Well,
For
I mean,
now.
Low rolls all around.
Yeah, I was gonna say we're rolling low everything.
Yeah.
I kind of wonder if Roll20 has rolled out an update for their random dice rolling algorithm or something.
Yeah. No.
DC got the last of the good dice yesterday.
Yeah.
From underneath the pile of gear and zombie bits, Arnie's going to stick out a little frog hand and pop the lid off one of her hexed canopic jars that are about as big as she is, and bits of other lizard folk corpse start to flop out. And she's going to whisper, croak a prayer to Toru and animate a zombie friend that is a bit more tough. I mean, technically I could resurrect the motorcycle one as
you could.
the fighty one, but I like having them as distinct entities for my brain.
Yep.
So we are raising the dead.
Yep. All right. Cool. I mean, I know what that is. That's really simple. All of the bits flop out of the canopic jars, and then a bunch of crows take a bunch of the bits. They just
okay.
You know.
Well, lucky I've got 2 lizard folk, I guess.
Yeah. But yeah, you don't have quite the bits to assemble a corpse at them from these lizard folks. It seems.
Well, I've got 2 corpses, one of which has been stripped, so I can still animate another corpse.
Yes.
But I'll let other people do other things.
Yep. So we've got. I'm just trying to remember who's wearing what. Bells. Do you have bells on your staff? Don't you?
Sure do.
You were using that to kind of jangle people off, jangle crows off, weren't you? Yeah, they're gonna try and steal your staff. Right? Like it's got shiny bits. They're gonna try and tug it out of your hands. A bunch of them, a bunch of them turn to each other and rah! and then rah! and fly down and in tandem start flapping really hard to try and grab your staff off you.
I think Bells is just going to kind of lay into them when they get near her. Just, smack them off.
Yeah, cool. Awesome. That sounds like a hack and slash then.
Yeah.
Go for it. Nice. Roll your damage.
And Bells is going to take that extra d6 damage, opening herself up.
Mm-hmm. Oh, okay, yeah. So roll the extra d6. I mean, you kill a couple of them, but the attack, the move that I'm going to use when you open yourself to up to attack is take an item from a player. So yeah, you beat them away, but like in the process, right? Like you open yourself up and you overextend, and yeah, and your staff gets lifted into the trees.
Maybe I should do a curse of fuck these crows.
Gotta read the technical details there. It's not I just do damage back to you. It's I get to make a move. Yeah. What's the deal, Cam?
Unfortunately, fuck these crows isn't a sufficient curse.
No, it's
or is
not.
It? Oh.
Fuck these crows is not a curse.
Is it a ritual? And if so, can I help?
I don't have the ritual move. I've got curse.
Is
so
fuck
I
these
can
crows in
curse.
particular?
I can just curse about crows.
That's
just
a different thing.
Crows. That's just a thing. That's a free action.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, what are you gonna, like, I don't know, curse these crows to a horrible sickness, or?
I was just wondering if the rest of the four elements wanted to do anything first.
Yeah, how are Fallen and Alsana feeling about the current situation?
Well, have the crows who took the staff, like, is it just up in the tree, or like it's not being taken?
It's up in the trees, out of sight.
Okay.
Yeah, I think there are some big, like there's willows and radiata pines here, and I think it's like the willow. There's one really big willow, which is where the campsite is, but I think some of the big pines are where they've taken the stuff.
Okay.
These pines are like hundreds of feet tall.
Okay. Elsana looks at Bells and says, "You didn't really need that, did you?"
Bells will nod furiously.
You mean we have to go get it?
Again, she nods furiously.
Fine. All right. So, yeah. I mean, I can climb. I can try climbing the tree, or we can cut it down. Cutting it down might be safer in many ways.
Bells looks thoughtful, and obviously says nothing.
Alsana, a crow like flies up and like snaps at your ear and like tries to steal it, and it becomes bloodied, and you take a hit point of damage.
Can I defy danger with strength to knock it out of the air with my axe?
Yep, you absolutely can.
Okay, let's do that.
Yeah. It's just like stopping to have a conversation while there are angry crows still attacking. I mean,
right.
Yeah. Yep. What I'll do there is you can either not take the hit point of damage, or take the hit point of damage and deal your damage to the crow.
I will take the damage and deal the damage.
Yep. What's your damage?
1d6. So.
Jeez, Carrie, what's your damage?
Nice,
That's
excellent job.
Yep.
Yeah, cool. Yeah, you just like you wreck this crow with the and like that's enough actually to like scare most of the other crows off, right? Like for them to consider you to be like they've got a treasure, and they've taken more than a certain amount of damage. So yeah, their morale is like up into the trees. They're still in the area, but they're not going to come down to this campsite. They're happy that they've got a stick full of shiny things.
Okay. So yeah, did we want to discuss like the best way to get this down?
I would like to try being a stealthy frog.
Ooh, yeah.
So I will use my natural frog camouflage to climb the tree and knock the bells down, the staff down.
All right, I feel like climbing the tree is going to be the strength or constitution first. Because, like, it's not the question of whether or not you get spotted, IMO. It's the question of whether or not you have the strength to get up such a big tree.
I don't have the strength, but I have the wherewithal, so...
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, right. So you can get up there, but when you're at a position where you can see the stuff with bells, like you're very high off the ground, like very, very high off the ground, up in the up in the reaches of this tree, but also there's like a small crowd of crows around this stick that they've put in the like boughs of this tree, and they're all just like going up to it and like grabbing a hold of one of the bells and being like bling, 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 and then like ringing the different bells with their beaks.
Can I try to help by taking out my whole 2 coins and trying to like make them shine up into the tree to distract them a bit?
Yeah, that it depends on what, because like that, yeah, it depends on what that might help with something that Cammy is doing, maybe.
Yeah. Could that be like a parlay that would set up for another thing?
What, the distracting with coins?
Yeah.
What do you want?
My plan is to just run past them and jump on the stick and then fall down.
Yeah, so distracting would help with that.
Yes.
Cool. Awesome.
Okay. So like a help D6. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So and you're going to use my powerful, my speedy frog legs to just run through the crowd, and if they peck me, they peck me because I've got a lot of hit points.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm going to ride the stick to the ground like a weird guy in a movie.
Okay. The 2 dangerous parts of this are the pecking and the falling.
I would like to counter that by saying small things can hit the ground.
I'm aware that small things take less. The smaller you are, the less falling damage you take.
Okay, cool. So I would like to sneak past them with dexterity, and then jump on the stick.
Yep. So falling damage from this, if you fail the roll, is a D8 instead of a D10. All right. Yeah. So I mean, yeah. Do you want to re-roll one of those? Because you have help.
Yes.
Cool. Yeah. Did that make it worse? Did that make it a 6?
Do I get XP?
Yeah, you do. Cool. You make it to the ground with the stick. The stick breaks from falling. And you take a D8 damage. As you...
Can I resist the damage by being tough?
No.
Okay.
You already defied danger. That, yeah.
So I was defying the crow danger.
Yeah.
I want to defy the ground danger.
I think this was the
And-
whole maneuver.
Okay.
It sounds too much like Double Jeopardy, right? Like, because if you were to fail that second roll, I would just kill you, right?
Okay, so I take.
I don't want to
D8
double. I
damage?
don't want to double jeopardy you into death.
I thought you would have picked me and then given me the full damage.
Yeah.
And
no.
and we can't have another person help, can we?
On what?
Like trying to catch Cammy. Like,
Not at this point. I think.
No,
I
that
don't
would
think. I think
give 2 re-rolls, and that seems not.
yeah.
Yeah, I think we've gone past the.
Given that I helped, does something like the staff land on my head?
Yeah, I think you're taking the D8 from totally like it's part of the stuff. Totally, it's actually like something else that was in the tree. That's what it is.
Eggs.
No, it's 2 coins.
Ironically.
I'm keeping those.
Like it's 2 coin worth of coins, right? Like, yeah, you take a D8 of damage from. Ow, my head. Money fell on me.
I would like to use my fighting fire with fire.
Yep.
To not take that one.
Yep, sounds good. I'm sorry, Bells. The stick is broken. The bells on the stick are fine, but the stick itself is.
Yeah.
Henri holds up the bells from on her back on the ground with her frog legs.
I think Bells takes the bells and just like ties them into a piece of cloth on her wrist.
Yep. Yeah.
She's looking sadly at the staff.
Yeah, the staff would now count as like a small club if you wanted it to. But yeah, I'm real sorry.
Was the staff or the bells the important part there?
It was all one big thing.
It's the whole thing. Yeah.
Yeah, it's alright.
Oh.
Get Fallen to weld it back together.
It's
Isn't
metal
it
things.
wood?
It's wood.
Yeah, it's definitely wood.
Yeah.
Which
I mean, I could
You could
possibly
weld
freeze it back together.
Yeah, maybe you could weld all of the bells into one giant blob of metal.
That kind of defies the point of them being bells.
Yeah, but on the plus side, you've overcome the danger, and you've made it to the camp. So, do we want to take our first break here, and we can come back into our camp when we're back?
Yeah.
Sure.
So yep.
All right,
Yep.
let's do that. We'll be back in just a minute, chat.